Hello everyone, welcome to Bonsai Expression, and today, well, if you listen, just listen to them birds out singing. The weather's pretty decent, and I know it's January, but it feels, with the birds out, it feels like spring is around the corner. I know it's not, I'm kidding myself, but it just feels like it is. I'm in such a good mood. Anyway, today, we're going to be working on my larch. Now, this is the one I got from the Birmingham Bonsai boot sale. And I said it right correctly first time. So I'm chuffed with that because I never get it right. And honest to God, if you see all my outtakes, I say that about 50 times at least every time I try and make a video. So pretty chuffed. I better try and say it again, I'll never get it right. So I'm sticking with this one. This is the Bonsai Birmingham. See, I got it wrong straight away. Birmingham Bonsai boot sale. Yes! I'm not going to do it again because I can't. Anyway, I got it from that place down at Birmingham. And I really like this tree. As you can see, it's got nice movement on it. First branch just here, and then I've got this nice straight bit. If you remember, when I first picked this up, it was pretty skinny and it was buried up to about here. It looks something like that, pretty angled, and it went back. And on the first trim back, I cut right back and got it into this position, exposed the roots a little bit, and unfortunately, we had walking roots. So, where did that put me? Well, it put me in this predicament where I put it in a bigger pot, and I hoped and prayed that it would thicken up a little bit, and then over time, over a couple of years coming, that we could possibly do an air layer just here. And then I could get this as my first branch, get this going up, and so on and so forth. I'm not going to continue going where I was at with the idea, but I think I'm not going to go there because it's not really going the way I want it to go. It is thickening up here quite nicely, but I just think with the air layer that I wanted to do roughly here and get it in, it would look really nice as a tree. I just think it might be a little bit difficult. So I think what I might do is still go for the 2-tree air layering approach, but take this one aside. I've got a nice tree here, so if I went in and air layered this one, it'd give me a really nice tree just here. If I get you on the white background, get me a nice tree here, and it'd leave me with this section here, and then I could progress and then possibly turn it that way, air layer it here, and then I would develop this part into another tree, and then this would potentially be a first branch, and then we could grow this section. Again, just an idea. Let me know what you guys think. If you've not seen the previous videos of this tree, the playlist is there. Go check it out. Let me know which idea is the best. Air layering it roughly here. Having this as a nice tree. There you go. Would make a nice tree. Bit more tricky to do because when I air layer it, it's probably going to look something like that. So it's probably going to be a twin trunk. I mean, it's still an option. I can twin trunk it like this. It's an option as well. Single trunk it. Have this one. Get 2 trees out of it. I think that's what I might do. That's my option today. The twin trunk idea I do quite like, but it just means it's a little bit more tricky. I would like your opinion on it. So please put in the comments which is the best way to go. So again, air layer down at the bottom. Go for if I just put it on the white background there a little bit, go for a twin style from a single base. So you're air layering somewhere here. So you can go in and see the base as it is. You would be air layering somewhere here. So it'd start off as single, or I could air layer there, just at the base. Let it pull out to there. I'll show you close up again when we get to the white background, but it'd be looking there. I could air layer here, which would give me this nice single tree. We've got a leader growing here, which we keep, and then that would give me a second tree here, which would remove this section. Would go ahead and air layer again here, start a new set, which would turn this one. removing all this lot of branch, these walking roots here. And then again, potentially we could use this root, this big root, to start another tree. Grow up, twist. So for today, that's the options for future air layering, because this year is going to be an air layering year. So far I've got 2 trees I'm definitely going to be doing. Previously the last video we've got the L, and then we're going to be doing this one. So air layers going forward. Today all I want to do is just bring these branches in, prune them back, because as you can see they are quite leggy, long and leggy. I need to do the trimming, getting back in the polytunnel, because everything is long and leggy in there. And again, as I was saying in the other video, I want to be on top of everything come spring, so the repots are there, just get them out of the way, get them done, get on top of everything. So nice easy video again for us today. Let's get over on the chairs so we can get into this one. So come join me, let's have fun making bonsai videos together. Let's go. First things first is I'll give you a quick spin so you can see the tree in all its glory, from all the glorious angles that the tree wants to show itself off from. Just look at this. So you can see it is pretty spectacular. You can see and understand why I like this tree. But the decision is, which part do I air layer it from? So I'll get you a little bit closer. The decisions, I say, just here, which will give me that nice tree just there, single, standing proud. This will be the main leader. I will keep it nice and strong, let it grow out. Then everything will just be pruned back, as you can see, just keeping it into a compact style. So if you prune the bottom just here, it will leave you with this section that'll go off to the side. So it'll leave a big wound, and then I'll leave the tree that'll grow down like this. So then it comes to air laying. So you air lay around here, it'll grow the roots out just in this section. I'll show you there, which will grow the tree up that way. I'll give you another tree. Or, as I say, I could grow and come and air layer it in a direction round about here, and give me that twin trunk kind of style. So it's entirely up to you, people out there in the old YouTube land. You're my audience. What would you think is the best course of action? I do like the way the tree's styled at the moment, but it's not going to work because I've got this stupid twist. The way I wanted it, it's not right. It won't work. I need it to come down. If it was straight, it would work. So it won't work. So I think the best course of action, if I did air layer it there, it would be awesome. But it's too low to the ground, so then that would have to go, or it'd have to be a twin. A twin would look nice, so if I angle you guys slightly there, you can see it sort of works. Something like that. But this entire S is not what I wanted. So if you remember when I did remove the soil, I think the soil line was about here, and it did look really nice, and I was expecting it to go straight down and have a single trunk, which would have been somewhere there like that. So if that was the single trunk line all the way down, this tree would have been absolutely spectacular. It would have been something like that all the way down, and it would have been the actual ideal tree, which is what I was looking for. But alas, we've got this great big mess. I mean, it has thickened up since I've put it like this. This section's got nice and chunky, it's put it through. This is thickened up as well, which is exactly what I wanted to do. So if I do air layer it, I've got a nice tree here. I can make something of this. But I think, looking at it now, a nice ground layer, as it were, would be there, starting a twin style, and then we could reposition this first branch by, again, we've got the wire around it. We could just we wouldn't even have to rewire. Well, we would have to rewire it. The wire would have to come off to do the air layer or ground layer, which it would be. We would rewire it, just move it back to this direction, like that. I know, yes, I'm moving the tree, but we would move it that direction to get the twin trunk. I think that'd work. It would make a nice tree as well. We would either remove the inside branches just here, work with the ones at the top, get it in a nice shape. It's a good option. Let me know which one you prefer. I've done a lot of talking so far and not a lot of trimming, so yeah, you can see it there. So let's start working on this then. Less scabbing. So all these needles are last year's needles. Most of them have fell off. We've just got a few bits and bobs now that are just hanging on for dear life. Little brush off with your finger and they'll fall away. As we're doing this, you can now see properly all the nice little buds that are on. But again, in terms of this tree, I would like your help making that decision. Before I come on camera, I was 100% convinced I was just going to go for one trunk. But the more I look at it, the more I think I'm going to go for this twin trunk approach. But anyway, what I'm going to do is, as I say, I'm just going to come in and trim back. So these branches that are going to the left, I'm going to remove, and then all this other ones, I'm just going to come back to the first set of buds or the second set of buds, depending on how this tree has grown. So this first branch just here, I've just brought it in. Nice. Whoop. Let's get rid of these other needles nicely. And then the ones growing up, I'm just going to take the tips out of, take them off. I don't want them growing upwards. I would like everything just growing on a radial. Let's take that one out. I'd like them growing radially, so that means outwards, left and right. So this section of the tree. This section is nice, everything's growing left and right. You can see the nice branch is already set, ready to go. I've got this long branch, which looks like it's actually coming from this side of the tree, but no, it's not. It's actually coming from, and as you can see there, actually from this section, which is all the way back in here, and I've just got my glove caught on the wire. So it's actually coming from here. So I'm just going to come in, I'm just going to take that one out. And then just next to it as well, you can't see on camera, but I've got a bud that's actually, it's really tricky to get to. I have to come in on camera, I'm sorry, and I'm going to take that bud out. There we go. And while I'm here, you can see this branch. Look at the size of it. So again, I'm just going to come in, just going to remove that branch, and then I've got it as it comes out now, just there. I'm going to come in, reduce, can't get my words out, reduce it back to the third set of buds, and then the bud that is now, this end tip is now on the left side, so it now will grow this way. So I turn, it's now going to grow, continue this way, rather than in towards the tree. I've got this one again, the same sort of branch. You can see it here, it's growing and it's shot really far. I'm going to bring it all the way off to the pair of buds that are grown right here, just there, right on the end. This branch just going to bring back for the time being. Now it is a little bit high up, but for now I'll leave it on. Depending on what we do with this branch, we might turn it, and if we turn it, it will bring it into line. We could always wire it up and bring it down as well. Larches are very flexible, although it may come off, so we got right. In fact, no, I'll take it off. Sod it. Let's get rid of it. Top branch right off completely, and then I will do the same for this one. And then right at the end, you can see, pokes out. Just cut it back that little bit, and then on the side, I'm just going to take off And then again, continue cleaning up the needles as we go up. I know it's probably a little bit slow process, but it just helps me get in and out of everywhere we're going. So this first branch is now trimmed up. You can see if I move it onto the right angles, everything's nice and flat. The second branch we worked on, again, it's that nice pad flat section. The one above it, you've got this long branch that shoots off. I'm just going to bring it back to the bud, and then the bud is at the bottom of the branch. If you just come in a tiny little bit, so the bud is just there, which is nice. Again, I'm going to try and just move out these needles. I've got this branch. I just move around this branch here. Now it comes out, but it is in. It's in the. I don't know if you can see. It's actually crossing this other branch. So the other branch that it's crossing, I'm going to remove that branch because it's in the way, but it's also really tight in here. And then this branch, I'm just going to come in, bring it back. Again, I've got needles. I'm just going to take them out. I've got a bud that's really close to the start of the branch, close to the trunk. Taking that out. Branch up top. May as well take it out while I'm here. Spin the tree around. Now you can see how long this side is. First things first, this part of my branch is the leading section of the branch. Now, the bottom part needs to be the widest part of the tree, and then it needs to come in. So, if this is the leading part, you'd want to go in, and then in, and then in. So you'd want it diagonal like this. So you don't want it any longer. So you could utilize this section here if you wanted. But the top part of the tree is supposed to be your thickest. So I'm going to bring it back to there. Like that. Which means I can get rid of this section. I'll bring this one in to here, which gives us a nice shape, and then which then means that is all in a nice conical shape. So it's already there, and if that's the shape there, again, I'm going to make, if I turn this, I'm going to level. So what I'm doing is if I come and use myself as a background here, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make my tree a conical shape. So as I'm at a line, it's not exactly showing for you because it's not on my site rather than yours, but what I'm doing is the trunk is here, and then where my first branch sticks out, I'm using my first branch, which is the end, say my black part of my sleeve is the end, and then using my arm to then measure from here to the top of the tree, which will be my other part of the branch. My other black part of my sleeve will be the top of the tree. I am then trying to angle whichever angle I want, and you pivot in, and then cutting my branches in that sort of direction, so I've got a nice conical shape. And that is what I was just doing there. So if I can show you, this is where I was going, and then I've got then this branch, and then I was cutting to this branch, and then I was cutting to the top. So I was then, as you can see, if I line it up, it's a nice conical at the body. If I was using the other side as well, this side here, and if I continue around, which I will do, I'll try and do the same with these next couple of branches, which is what I am going to do now. So if I stay behind you, I will line this up here, and then this one. So I'm going to cut somewhere around. I've got a bud here, so I'll bring it back. The next set of bud, actually, if I just have a look, well, the bud's a bit far out, so I'll just have to use that one for the time being. So the next bud is going to be on this branch. So if I utilize this branch here and then cut it to there, so we'll utilize this branch, which is nice. And then the next one will be, let me take this one off. And then we're going to utilize the bud at the end of the branch here. I've got a bud there. I will take out this one because it grows up. So again, got this, and then it will go up to that branch just there. And again, as you can see, the way I've cut it in a nice conical shape. If I move my hand to this section where I've cut into a nice conical shape as well. I'm going to move into this branch here as well. I'm going to do exactly the same. So I'll cut into this one, to this one, to this one, and this one. Okay, so that's one trick you can do. Now the whole tree has got a nice conical shape. So that's one side. Now my knees are going to hurt like hell. I've just hit 40, don't forget. Oh, might not look it, but my body certainly does feel it. Now if I can show you the way we've just cut. Now you can see how the tree is looking. There we go. Just look how that tree looks now. Just for a simple trick, this side of the tree looks really nice and really in line. It's got a nice silhouette going to it. So a nice simple trick you can do. It's starting to look 3D. You just need a few more branches towards the back. Just here. I'm going to finish off on this side here with this. So again, nice easy trick. Gonna come in, I'm gonna kind of come up, cut to there. That brings me in line. I'm just going to cut a little bit more off, just here, and then again we're just going to leave this leader to grow up because I'd like to thicken up the rest of the tree. But there you go. You can now see it's got its lovely little conical shape. I am leaning the tree forward because it needs to be on this sort of angle, just there like that. But you can see I've got it in nice conical shape. So a little trick for you there. Use your hands, get your little diamond, get your little triangle shape going. That triangle shape going. Oh, there you go. Nice easy trick for you. If you're just doing a quick tidy up prune, especially a winter prune, and you're just hurrying it up. If you've got plenty of trees to go through and you're not sure where you're going with your tree like this one. So top section's done, got a nice conical shape all over. And then again, it's an option there. I can either air layer this section here, just at the bottom, and then the tree set up, or if I air layer this section here and I go for the twin look, I can just adjust this one over to this section, cut this section out. So if this one goes now over to this, we move it into place. I'll just cut these two off, adjust this branch, maybe take it out completely, adjust this one over to this way. This one will probably get cut off just here. This branch here get cut, we adapt this one. So again, the options are quite easily manageable. We've done nothing major in terms of taking things off that we can't work with in the future. Everything is there, everything is utilizable. Is that a word? Well, we can utilize everything in the future, either by removing it or using it for further development. Now, this branch I was just mentioning, this one here, is actually impeding this branch. So I make a decision, which is I'm going to go ahead and take this one off completely, and I'm going to cut this one back. Actually no, not, the bud's been cut, I think, by the looks of it. I'm just going to leave this one for now, and hopefully something grows off this section, and then I can cut back and let it grow out that way. But there we go. So that's the larch. Pretty much done. Nice easy. I just need the decision now on which way do I go with it. I think a nice easy thing I need to do though is remove this branch, with this root, because once I've air layered it, I can utilise this main root and then have this part of the tree, so I can use it as like a twist and then grow from it and get rid of this. Or I can even just cut and use that use that root part of it. I'll get rid of this branch. I keep calling it a branch, it's a bloody root. Come on, sort it proper. Get this root gone. Utilise this section. So let's give you a spin and see where we're at with this tree now. Right, we'll start here so you can see the angle. See that nasty root here. So the tree looks really nice here. Just need some more back branching. Thanks for watching today. I know it's a lot of chatting and I really do want your help in terms of the decision for the air layer on this one. I want to know what you guys would prefer me to do. Air layer here and go for the single and then get another tree out of it and air layer down at the bottom, or would you prefer me to just try and what I'd consider a ground layer and get a twin trunk out of it? I mean, it does look good. What would you think? What would you prefer? Please help me make a decision. And don't forget, a nice simple trick when you're doing a nice trim or quick trim is just position your hand on the tree like this and get yourself a conical shape and cut to it, and it'll give you a nice quick simple style, and I'll get it nice and easy, especially if you're just doing a quick winter prune. Keep it in trim, keep it in check, and you'll get a nice silhouette just like that. Just look at the tree, looks good. In, out, do the okey dokey. I'm really messing, but it does look good. Just look at it. If you like this one, please do give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Please do leave a comment as well. I am begging you, please help me make a decision. Anyway, thanks for watching everyone. I do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye everyone.